Driving a motor vehicle is a part of everyday life. Every day, each and every one of us put ourselves at risk to becoming a victim to drivers that are making bad decisions. Distracted drivers cause about 6,000 deaths and a half a million injuries every year. The number one source of driver inattention is the use of wireless devices. Many of you will be lying by saying that you have never texted or used cell phones while driving. It is extremely hard for Americans to drop what they're doing and let the cell phone beep until you have reached your destination. As more and more devastating accidents have arisen from cell phone use, the number of us texting and driving has decreased. However, it has not vanished, causing the threat of distracted drivers still at large. As a generation who has grown up with cell phones, we have seen the effects that texting while driving has on one's driving ability as well as the risk it brings to other drivers on the road. We have each experienced a situation in which the car in front of us is not staying in their lane. They are swerving, not using their turn signal, and then when they turn, it's apparent that he or she was on their cell phone, not worrying about their driving, but rather who is on the other line. There should be more strict laws forbidding texting while driving, with even harsher consequences. People are dying and getting injured by distracted drivers every day. Who knows? You may be next. Distracted driving is any non-driving activity a person engages in that has the potential to distract them from the primary task of driving and increases the risk of crashing. There are three types of driving distractions: visual, taking your eyes off the road; manual, taking your hands off the wheel; and cognitive, taking your mind off what you're doing. While all distractions can endanger drivers' safety, texting is the most alarming because it involves all three types of distractions. Drivers who use handheld devices are 4 times as likely to get into crashes serious enough to injure themselves. Using a cell phone while driving, whether it's handheld or hands-free, delays a driver's reaction time as much as having a BAC at the legal limit of 0.08%. After becoming aware of just how dangerous texting and driving really is, we must now examine the direct cause of this problem. With the ever-increasing reliance on technology and the need to be in constant communication with each other, texting and driving has become even more popular. With the constant need to be on cell phones, one might ask, are people on cell phones connected or distracted? When a girl got her cell phone taken away by her parents, such reactions followed. I get to interact in ways I haven't acted in a while. I feel like I just got a chunk ripped out of me. I kind of missed the feeling in my pocket. I feel like I was going to die. I've done a lot more than when I had my phone because I'm not always texting. Teenagers and adults both rely too much on cell phones in their everyday life. Giving children and teens cell phones are setting them up for disaster. Not only do social skills take a beating, but you also risk one's physical body from collision while driving. If teens and adults can barely go without a cell phone for a week, it is incredibly unlikely that most of these people will not go on without text messaging throughout a car ride. Where do we draw the line? Harsher rules as well as harsher punishment against texting and driving need to be enforced in order to control this rapidly growing problem. 8 out of 10 drivers support some type of cell phone usage restriction. 80% of respondents support a ban on text messaging while driving. Although people are in support of a restriction of texting and driving, a majority of these people will still text and drive despite the want for punishment against it. This year, 9 states have considered legislation specifically banning driving while texting. Washington became the first state to pass a law making driving while texting a crime with a $101 fine. In Florida, a proposed bill known as Heather's Law would ban all cell phone use while driving. The law was inspired by the death of Heather Hurt, a girl who was killed in an accident allegedly caused by a truck driver who crashed into 10 cars when he was sending a text message. Will it take the life of an innocent person in Ohio to get stricter laws and penalties against texting and driving? Lives can be saved if we all come together and start taking action immediately. It's time to eliminate the number of drivers texting while on the road by first making the general public aware of just how much of a problem this is. Next, we should discuss the unnecessary use of technology and constant need to communicate with others. Finally, we should identify possible solutions to this ongoing problem and gain support of higher authorities to enforce laws forbidding the use of cell phones while driving. By becoming aware of the dangers of texting and driving, as well as learning where this problem stems from, I hope that you can make the decision for yourself and others around you to stop texting and driving. Whether or not harsher laws are put into effect against texting and driving, you as an individual can help to stop this problem. You should not need laws in effect in order to put away your cell phone while driving. You should realize that you are in control of yourself. Not texting while driving is a personal choice that, after being presented with the previous information about how dangerous it is should also be an easy one.